This is the Rangers POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Texas Rangers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, after scoring 3 runs last night and losing in the opener, the Rangers score 2 runs tonight, and guess what? They lost again. 5-2 the final in this one as the Rangers collapse continues in Kansas City. 2 runs or less in 9 of their last 13 games. That is not what the offense needed to do to step up here down the stretch, and that's why the Rangers are right now all but mathematically eliminated from playoff contention as they continue to fall further under 500. Here we go. Welcome into the Rangers POSTCAST, your team every day, and in our case, your team each and every single game. My name is Jeff Iggs, a longtime host and reporter. Thank you for watching Locked On Sports Rangers, your destination after every single game. You can also find us on the Locked On Rangers podcast feed. That's where you'll find the great work of Bryce Patrick every day. Bryce had a really good show today. Tomorrow might be tough because we're watching this team circle the drain, and it's not fun. And tonight was not good. It is, nothing more that we can say that has not already been said. Clearly, you heard them even talking about it tonight on the TV broadcast. We've been saying it all season long. Something's missing from this lineup. Something's missing from this group, and I don't know how much Chris Young will be able to do as far as I don't think he's going to completely overhaul the team, but I think certainly a message is going to need to be sent that this season was a failure, and that this season was not up to par, was not up to the Rangers standards offensively. And we said this before the deadline. They needed something to kind of get this offense going. I felt like just anything, any kind of starter that they could have put in, just a different bat, somebody that could just find a way to push this team a little bit. I've seen that happen before when you bring guys from the outside and they come in and they can set the tone or just have a different approach or a different way that they handle their business. And look, I don't know what was available or what deals were out there to be made, if any at all. But I think Chris Young, he pretty much said it, that he felt like the moves that they made in the offseason to improve the offense, he believed the way that they were playing around the break, that the offense was back on track and that they were going to turn it around. They were already turning it around. They had a really good month of July, and they were going to get it going. And that's why he made the moves to get Kelly and the 2 relievers, and it backfired. I'm not saying, I think we all liked the way they were swinging the bats at the time, but it didn't work out. It was wrong. And this team is just 2 runs or less. It's just not in the major leagues in 2025 it's just not acceptable. So that's where they're at. And that's why, they'll be playing baseball for another 35 games, and that will be a wrap on the season. All right, here we go. Let's get to it. I know a lot of you want to sound off via the Rangers comment crew. We'll get to that coming up here in just a minute.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Quick recap on this one. I'm not going to go too long here. huge loss. Again, last night, the Rangers could not get any clutch hitting to earn the win. We've seen that movie before. Only 3 runs last night, 2 runs tonight. The Rangers dropped the first 2 games of this series. Two solo home runs tonight, one for Corey Seager, his first ever in KC, and then the rare round tripper for Joc Pederson. I mean, again, I don't think we can really grasp or really comprehend just how bad Joc's numbers are going to look when the season is over. I know he missed time for injury, but I mean this will be one that we'll look back on and say, wow. Not saying it's all his fault, but certainly that was a move that has not worked out. Merrill Kelly made the start, and again, just like earlier in the season with the rest of the Rangers rotation, gives up 2 runs, solo shots to Pasquantino and Yastrzemski, and yet, because of the struggles of the offense, it feels like he gave up 20. 2 runs in the game, going to the 7th inning, and you felt like it's over. No chance. It was 2-2 after 6. The Rangers went down 1-2-3 in the 7th. Bottom of the 7th, that's when everything changed.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Pasquantino, the leadoff double. Garcia, the infield hit. Grichuk with a hard hit that Marcus just could not get a handle on. Bases loaded. Cole Winn comes in. Felt bad. I mean, think about it. When was the last time you saw Hobie Milner start with a clean inning and come out of a game with the bases loaded? I don't think it's happened at all this season. Maybe it has, but felt really bad for him. And you know what? It just goes back to, I mean, again, 130, 120 plus games. The rotation, the bullpen, they did everything they could to keep the dam from breaking. I mean, they did their part mightily, and they needed the offense to come through at some point, and the offense just never responded, never helped. And so it's just too much. It's just too much for these guys. So India gets hit. That brings in the go-ahead run. Wynn did a nice job getting out of that with only the 1 run, but then he got right back into it, giving up the mammoth home run to Bobby Witt Jr. 5-2 for the Royal Flush. Game over. 5-2 the final. The Rangers now 0-5 against KC this season as they continue their collapse with 2 more to go. 1 more tomorrow night and then a day game on Thursday. All right, quick timeout. When we come back, we're going to hear from you via the comment crew, the Rangers comment crew. The RCC will do that next. This is the Rangers POSTCAST. All right, come on, computer. The night's been bad enough. There we go. Thank you. All right, August 26th is officially FanDuel Futures Day. All right, it's a brand new holiday for football fans who live for bold predictions and preseason hunches. For just 24 hours, FanDuel is giving you deals on NFL season predictions. So whether you're calling your MVP, eyeing a long shot division winner, or ready to crown your Super Bowl champ before week 1 even kicks off, this is your moment. Visit the FanDuel app today. Start planning your futures bets now, because Futures Day is 1 day and 1 day only. FanDuel, play your game. And this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the daily fantasy platform that lets you turn your football predictions into real rewards. Preseason is already heating up, and college football isn't too far behind. Whether you've got your eye on big name quarterbacks or breakout running backs, Prize Picks makes it easy to get in the game. And the cool thing is, Prize Picks puts members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. So download the Prize Picks app today. Use code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 play. Prize Picks, run your game. All right, let's get after it. The RCC, the Rangers comment crew, thank you for everybody for getting in. Alf is going to lead us off. Alf, glad that you're feeling a little bit better today. Hope you and Shirley are doing okay. We will continue to pray for your healing. And as Alf says, Peagle up, win or lose. He's here 162, as will we. And thank you for pushing the like and subscription button there, Alf. I appreciate you, buddy. Texas Hobby Bin says that swing from Freeman near the foul pole got my hopes up. Yeah, that's it's kind of the way the season's going. That's the way this collapse is going. I was with you too, because I know we talked about Cody, and again, you're pulling for the kid. You love the energy. He's done so well at Round Rock, and you want to see that carry over and let him really enjoy that kind of success here at the big league level. I think it'll happen here at some point, but tough. That would have been really thrilling. I was right there with you. I'm glad you brought that up. Keith says, I swear this team. Well said. Now, Keith, you don't even need to say anything more. I think we all know exactly what you mean and are trying to say. Soldier X, Bochy Masterclass today has been bad these last couple of games. Why take out Kelly at 71 pitches with the bullpen struggling? Yeah, I mean, I would just say, Soldier X, I don't think you're off in what you're trying to say, but I think the fact that he had given up the home run, I think he felt like the Royals were ready to, they kind of figured him out and his changes of speeds and pitches, and I think they were ready to do some more damage, and I think he wanted to bring in a fresh arm, and thought Hobie Milner. I mean, you go from Kelly to Hobie Milner. I think Hobie has been, arguably the Rangers' most reliable reliever this season. I think he had no thought or idea or even comprehension that Milner would struggle. And I'm going to ask this, and you guys can jump in if I'm wrong or you disagree with me. I'm okay with that. I'm at a point in my life. I don't. I just, I get so many. We get hate comments and really nasty comments from people, unfortunately. So it comes with. I get it, but I'm okay with constructive criticism or disagreement. But I thought, and tell me if you disagree, but I thought that the double that Pasquantino hit in the seventh, is it just me, or does Wyatt get that ball if he's in center field? I don't know. I maybe my eyes are deceiving me. I just feel like Wyatt would be better in center than Evan Carter, and I know I'm going to get a lot of heat for that, a lot of pushback, but I don't know. I think Wyatt just has a better feel. And I know, like I said the other day, I know it doesn't make sense because I know Wyatt has had some issues in left, but I like him in center. I do. I don't think he's going to go there. I think that I'm just saying that out loud. I thought Wyatt might have been able to get that ball, and who knows. Isaac says this team is dead. Silent Doom 79 says, well, that's all, folks. This team has 0 fight left, and the season is all but over. Texas Hobbyman says, sucks to see your team hurting. Playoff chances looking slimmer and slimmer. Nonetheless, I'll still be supporting them through thick and thin. Yeah, well said, Texas Hobbyman, and we're going to be here till the end, for sure. Shirley, hi, Shirley. Good evening, Rangers fans, Ranger fam. Peagle up. Keith says, this isn't fun. Paul Wilson says, a decent offense can absorb some nights by the rotation and some blown saves by the bullpen. The Rangers offense, though, does not qualify. No. Rebecca says, yeah, I wasn't watching closely, but I didn't get why Bochy took Merrill out. Shirley says, thank you for all the prayers for my husband. They were greatly appreciated. Love you all. That's awesome. Thank you for saying that, Shirley, and hope he's doing better each day, and glad that he is still able to jump in here and be a part of this, even with everything going on. And thank you for getting back in too. Rebecca says, just so many flyouts. Remember in 2023 when they used to walk and get hits? Remember when they weren't constantly picked off? Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up too. That's really bad too, and that is not a good look, and that again, not acceptable. And I was thinking about it, and again, this is more of it's not a sin of commission by Boch, but maybe omission, and that I think because this team won in 2023, you're the manager. You got to respect your guys. They won the title for you, and so I think the vibe kind of was, okay, 2024 was bad, the injuries, but hey, we're back here in 2025. We're better. We're healthy. We've improved the lineup, and kind of the vibe was, okay, we're good to go. Let's just get to October. But that didn't work out, and so my point is little things like that, the base running, the lack of discipline at the plate. This team needed they weren't 2023 all over again. That was a different team, different season, different wins, different games, and this team was not able to just go back into that and pick up where they left off. And so that's why I think there's going to be change in the off season. I just don't know what or how much, but I think there will definitely be a different vibe, different culture, and a different attitude on this team next season. I'm not saying they're not trying. I'm not saying they're not playing hard or they're not upset. Don't get me wrong, but clearly there's this team. This is the lineup's not right. Rebecca says they don't play as a team enough, as a group. Not enough sacrifices for the team. Too many hero fly balls. Yeah, well said. Jim says sad to see great pitching year wasted. Yeah, we got the news that Jacob deGrom not going to go tomorrow. He is back here in Texas with shoulder fatigue. Wanted to start, but they're going to shut them down just to be safe. Don't want them to do any damage in a season that at this point is over. So I get that, and I understand that Jacob wanted to compete and wanted to I mean, he's made every start this season, so I get that. But, it is what it is, and that's fine. I'm trying to see really quickly here if there's any update. No update yet on who they're going to start tomorrow. Keith says, if the biggest come from behind win can't get you going, nothing will. Geo777 says, for the Rangers to score lots of runs, they need to be stealing bases, but this team has lots of slow players. Also, Wyatt Langford needs to make an attempt to steal the base, but he did not try today. Laura Berry says, I'd love to know how much actual coaching and practice on how to get on base has happened, or do they just leave it to the players to work themselves out of a season-long slump? No, good question, Laura. They spend time in the cage before the game. They go over video sessions before the game. They talk about it on the plane. On road trips, teams will have early batting practice. Like usually the road team will take BP in the 5 o'clock hour on the road. They'll have batting practice on the road for like at 2 o'clock for guys that want to get extra work. So, and again, lots of videos, lots of talk, lots of even in the game, in the dugout. But even we've seen it a little bit recently where they'll, in the midst of the game, they'll take some more pitches but look at how many times have we seen Wyatt, for example, strike out looking. I mean, to me, look, I'm not a big league hitter, but I've always had a hard time understanding how, when you're the best of the best in the world at doing one of the hardest things in the world, and that's hitting a baseball. When you have 2 strikes, I mean, you got to have that bat moving. You can't, you got to try. You adjust if you need to shorten your swing, whatever, but you can't stand there and look at strike 3 called. I mean, you got to swing. And so it's back and forth right now, Laura, with everything. Like they'll go a couple games with really trying to work the count, and then they'll say, okay, I'm just going to see my pitch and hit it, and they'll swing early if it's a good fastball, because that's kind of the mentality that you usually get something to hit early in a count. So they're pressing, they're struggling, they know the season is slipped through their hands, and so really it's just going to be about turning the page and hopefully learning from this and coming back and being better next season. All right, guys. Rebecca, good comments from you. Keith, thank you. Alf, Shirley, Paul, everybody, thank you for getting in. Appreciate you guys. Wish they would play better and kind of bounce back and try to make a run to stay in the race. But when we talked about the season being over and this team really collapsing, they are doing exactly that. So anyway, we will do it again tomorrow night after game 3. Hopefully you can join me then. Have a good day tomorrow, a good rest of the night tonight. But appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Love you guys. Love your support. And like I said, I just wish the team was playing better. It's tough. Really thought that they were going to try to fight and try to make a little run here. I mean, golden opportunity with the Royals and Guardians coming up, and Just not there. 5-2 the final as the Rangers drop the first 2 games in this series. They'll do play game 3 tomorrow night. We'll be with you then. Thank you for watching the Rangers Postcast.